Hello and good evening, everybody. This is Tiffany Roman, your host of Small Biz Highlight. I am here tonight with my new friend, Jen McGurn. She is a travel agent, but we'll get to that shortly. For some side notes here. First and foremost, thank you all who are joining us live. Please make a comment in the comments, say hi, let us know you're here. If you know anybody who's looking at traveling sometime soon or maybe interested in traveling, share away anyway. You never know who's out there thinking I need to get out of here. I If you are watching on replay, please let us know, hashtag replay in the comments below, so that we know you came and visited us. Excuse me. And other than that, as we go along in the video, feel free to comment. If you have a question, shoot one quick. If I have time, I can definitely pass it on to Jen during the interview to see if she can answer a couple questions while we're here. But without further ado, Jen, I want to first thank you for accepting my invitation to come get interviewed. Like I told you before, I was very into trying to figure out a way how I can support my small business friends without, bankrupting myself, essentially. Because, you always feel inclined to want to buy something from them or do something monetarily. But something as small as just getting your name out there, I feel like is so huge, especially with people who have like small businesses that they work from home. Don't you agree?
Yes, I do. And I really appreciate it. It's a great opportunity. And there's a lot of confusion and myths about what travel agents do. So it's also a great time to be sharing just for that reason.
I think that's one of the main reasons I was really excited to have you on here because every business has their little, myths or their legends or whatever that holds people back from being involved with it. And that's why I didn't want to limit it to certain types of businesses. I wanted to welcome anybody and everybody so that they can have their truth put out there by them, not just, some random person. You know what I mean? So, Jen, I always like to start out as with a simple question. Who are you? Where are you from? Family, what have you?
Sure. So I'm Jen McGurn and I am in Dover. I grew up in Baltimore in the Parkville area, met my husband at Towson University. We just celebrated 20 years of marriage and
Oh,
we
wow. Congratulations.
we have three kids and a girl and two boys, and they're amazing. They are the light of my life.
Oh,
It's the best thing in the whole world being their mom. And we have three dogs. We just added a third, and they're a whole lot of fun. I grew up performing locally, doing a lot of local theater. Some people out there might know our face just from York Little Theater or Mechanicsburg. But I grew up performing, haven't performed in a while because I started this business and it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. So that's me in a nutshell. Love to travel.
that is so cool. So okay, how long ago did you actually start this business? How long have you been doing this?
It's been about 3 years.
Oh,
And
wow.
company,
What got you started in it? Like, yeah, like why?
I love to travel. And I love Walt Disney World and I love cruise and I love seeing new places. And we'd go on these trips, and anytime a friend or family member was thinking about traveling, I'd be the person they called. I was obsessed with, like, I'm in New York City all the time and I like to go to Williamsburg. I mean, we go places and everyone asked me to help, and they'd all say, you should be making money off of this. You should do this professionally. And I would think to myself, I don't know enough to do it professionally. And I kept putting it off and putting it off. And I was a kindergarten aide at a local school here, and my job was taken away. It was the
Oh,
position was dissolved, and so I started looking for something I could do that I had control over. And I thought, you know what? Everybody keeps telling me to do this, so I'm going to start looking into it. And I got so lucky because I found the best agency. Marvelous Mouse Travels has been amazing to work for. They're based in North Carolina, and we have over 200 agents throughout the country. And so they are the most wonderful group of people. They're so supportive. Everybody helps each other. And I just love it. I just feel like, boy, I wish I had listened sooner, because it's such a great job, and it's such a great feeling to help families do, create these wonderful memories.
Oh, that's so amazing. I think that is absolutely key for anybody who's really looking to work from home, whether it's an MLM company or something like this where they're a travel agent, or even a legitimate job like with a company that they work from home. If it's not something that they're going to be passionate about or really into, it's going to be extremely hard to make it work for them. Don't you agree?
I totally agree. And one of the other reasons that I got into it, I was a stay-at-home mom, and my husband worked, so we lived on one income. And as I said, I love to travel, but when you're living on one income with three kids, that's not always the easiest thing to do. So one of the things that's really important to me is to help families plan for vacations that maybe they don't realize they can take.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
we did, and I always give my clients money saving tips. I always give them, advice of ways to cut costs a little bit here. Travel comes with a price tag, but it also comes with a value, and value and price are two very different things. So I really like to help people realize the value in a vacation and how they can make it happen for them without, going into debt and breaking the bank and never taking another vacation, because that.
Just being so traumatized by it. I feel like that's so traumatic sometimes for,
Yeah.
like me, I hyperventilate a little bit when I swipe the card for groceries if it's like over $100.
Yeah.
So putting a price tag, swiping my card for a vacation, although I know it's going to be fun, it's still going to be like, oh God, I just spent all that money.
I know. And I'm also one of those people, which it kind of drives my family a little crazy. When I experience something, I want everybody else I know to have that experience. So when I start talking to people about travel, I'm super enthusiastic. Sometimes I have to dial it down and not scare them, because I get very enthusiastic about travel. I love to talk about it and share my experiences and help people create their own experiences. So that's pretty much why I got into it.
Oh, that's so cool. I just have no other way to explain it except that's just so cool because you can tell how much you love it with the way you talk about it. You're just like you. It's like they always say that women glow or whatever when they talk about things, but yeah, you are just glowing about it, and I think that's amazing because that just it tells me that if someone were to come to you for help or for service or whatever, that you're gonna be straight to the point, give them exactly what they need, but also go above and beyond for them too.
Yeah.
So, that's amazing. That's always a great attribute to have for sure. Oh, you're welcome. So you specialize just on Disney, all everything Disney?
I do not.
Oh,
So let me rephrase that. Yes, we specialize in Disney. Obviously, with a name like Marvelous Mouse Travels, you're looking at Disney. But when we say Disney, it doesn't just mean Disney World. Disney has a lot of products in that realm that we are trained on. I'm actually what's called a College of Disney Knowledge graduate. It's a training that I have to do every single year and renew it on all of their products, from the cruise line to Hawaii. They have a resort in Hawaii. They have resorts in Hilton Head and Vero Beach, um, Disneyland, and then, of course, Adventures by Disney, which are the guided tours all over the world that are absolutely incredible. So yes, I specialize in Disney. We are what Disney refers to as a platinum authorized travel agency. That means we are the highest that they recognize. There are about 20 of those platinum agencies in the country, and we're one of them.
oh
Um,
wow.
we also specialize in Universal Studios, and last year for 2019, we were named Universal Studios top travel agency for the year. So it's a great company. We have a lot of clout and experience backing up what we say we're going to do. We have a lot of great relationships with our vendors. I'm certified as a specialist with sandals and beaches. We were named best of the best by Sandals last year. And then I also have taken the training and become certified with Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian Cruise Line, you name it.
Oh
I
wow.
Yeah, so we definitely are core started. When our owner started the company, she started it as a Disney company, but it very quickly grew. And I love to plan all sorts of travel. So, and I always tell people, I mean, I could do everything from a guided European river tour to 3 days, a long weekend at Williamsburg, Virginia. So don't think it's something you shouldn't bother me with, because I can do it and I can make that experience even better for you.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
So even if it's like a weekend getaway or something, that's not something small that you wouldn't want to be involved with. You're for everything.
Yep, we do. And we have great vendors that do things like, I'm working with a client right now who's doing Savannah, Georgia, and we're booking her ghost tours and a pub crawl. And those are all things that I can help and recommend and get those on the schedule for you so that you can, it's not just I'm calling you to book 2 nights at a hotel. There's so much more to it. And it's really fun to do that. Yeah,
So you're like a one-stop shop place
exactly.
for everything travel.
Yes.
And it's like expanded into the whole cruise scene. I know I tried a couple years ago. tried to book myself a cruise a long time ago.
Mhm.
Back when I came back from deployment, I wanted to get away, treat myself, and then military life got in the way and I had to cancel it. And they're actually really nice about canceling it because it was military reasons. So that
Yeah.
was very comforting, a relief. But there was just so many questions. I was like,
And
what?
people realize, because I think a lot of people think, why would I use a travel agent when I can either book it myself or go to like booking.com? But the problem with that is, even before COVID, now COVID is its whole own thing. I mean, as travel agents, I spent hours upon hours upon hours canceling vacations, rebooking vacations, securing refunds, and I would be on the phone with different vendors for 3, 4 hours at a time for my clients. And when they cancel outright, I don't see a dime. We don't get paid until well over a month after you travel. So, and I think people don't realize that. I am never paid
Wow.
by my client. So when you use a travel agent, at least Marvelous Mouse Travels, there is not a fee. We are paid, we earn commission. Um, but we are paid, and it doesn't cost get all these services. Yes, you could go to booking.com, but boy, just booking.com, all of this hit, they were in trouble. They lost a lot of money, and
Wow.
then the people who even booked direct with a vendor that was doing a great job of refunds or whatever, those people,
Let's go.
they were still asking tons of questions that, as their travel agent, I could be doing that for them and saving them that time and just putting their mind at ease during a rough time. So it's always,
There's
it's
so many websites like Travelocity, the ones that always are doing these commercials about how they have the greatest rates and easy to book and whatever. How, in your experience, I guess, versus just going through you and using a travel agent, like how actually efficient are they in saving you as much money as they're claiming they are, I guess?
it's hit or miss. There are definitely times that if you're just booking a hotel room, you could go on and save a little bit of money on your hotel room. Expedia is famous for, if you book on their booking site, if you, let's say you have a late check-in, you're coming in at 8 o'clock that night and you booked a king room with a certain view. If you book that through Expedia, you're way down on their list of priorities. And so if that room just happens to not be available anymore, you're out of luck, because there's no
Um,
contact. There's no one. I am the contact person. I am the person that you come to when there's a problem on your vacation. If you don't use an agent and you use a booking agent, booking online, you don't have their cell number. I mean, I've had clients call me from the airport. Their flight was delayed. They were not going to be able to go to Universal Studios until the next day. And I called, and she tried to call. She didn't want to bother me. It was a Saturday night. So she tried to call on her own, and she was on hold at the airport with Universal. She said she was on hold for 40 minutes and still hadn't talked to anyone. I called my travel agent line. I got through. Within 15 minutes, I had adjusted her reservation, moved all of her dining reservations, and secured her refund for that night that she missed. And she didn't have to worry about it. You know, it's just, you can't do that with a booking engine. Nobody's going to do that for you. There's nobody to call. So,
Yeah.
and the other thing people don't understand is our prices are not higher. I am quoting you the exact same price that, let's say, the Disney World website is quoting you. My quote is identical to that. The difference is the service. I'm going to be there to answer your questions. I help with dining reservations. There are all sorts of new policies in effect for all destinations with COVID. I know all of those policies. I'm being updated every single day on those policies. So I'm able to give that to you. If you have a question, you have someone to ask. And then my favorite thing is about 3 weeks before travel, I send my clients a travel packet that it's at least 40 pages long, depending on the destination, but it will have a map of your resort, information about activities at your resort, where to go for a medical emergency, how to save money on your vacation, tips and tricks for getting the most out of like a theme park, documentation needed for cruising, what to look for in certain ports. I mean, I leave them with very little unknown because, you know, you want to go and enjoy yourself and not feel completely overwhelmed and confused. So
Oh yeah.
that's just something that a booking site can't give you.
So, okay, so you said that the quote that you give is identical to what we would be quoted if we through the website or whatever with Disney. So, how does it compute for you, I guess, then? If you're quoting it like you're saying how is it beneficial to you? I don't know how to like how do you get paid? I guess flat out.
Get commission, and this is something that a lot of people don't realize. Commission is built into what a destination charges you. So literally it's down to, if you don't use a travel agent, you have paid that destination for a service that you didn't receive, because my price is exactly the same and I'm going to earn some of that back. So if you don't use a travel agent, you've paid them for something that they've already padded into the price. So
What?
it's a and that's how, yeah, I mean, that's how we make our money. We earn commission through the destinations. And again, I'm never one to like upsell, because I want you to have a good vacation. I want you to have a good experience, and I want you to come back. If I book you into something that you can't afford so that I earn $100 more, then you're not going to want to work with me again. And I've just lost you as a client. So that is intent. I also never hijack a vacation. I can be as hands-on or hands-off as someone would like me to be. Like with Disney, we do dining reservations for people because that window opens up at a certain time at 7 a.m. I'm up at 6:45 that morning. We've already discussed and established what reservations the client would like, and I go in and get them. Some people, like me personally, I used to do it myself. Some people love the thrill of getting up and getting those reservations themselves. And I'm not going to say, no, you can't. I'm doing it. I do as much or as little as you like. So it's very tailored to each person's need.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I love that, it's so customer focused, like
Yeah.
centered and whatnot. Because not everything is so easy. Like I've used the online sites before for like booking an event that I need to go to for one of my businesses that I have or whatever. And all the people are always talking about, oh, go to this website or go directly through the airline to find the good price, or go to this website for the hotel, this website for the rental car. Like sometimes it's just annoying where it's like, okay, I'm getting a million different emails from all these different sites because I keep looking up stuff.
Right.
That's definitely, I think, something that I would have loved to go through you or another travel agent, whatever, just to get that where I have everything in one spot and then one person I'm contacting versus a million different websites. Do you know what I mean?
And to have all of your information streamlined like that. I mean, with anything, whether it's COVID or hurricane season, you're not just sitting around waiting for this information to come in, because we are getting updates all the time. And when I know what's happening with your vacation, you know what's happening with your vacation immediately. So it's a nice, it's a nice benefit to just have somebody in your corner who's looking out for you and letting you know what's going on. That isn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. I just, it's like you said, it's so personal. Every
Mhm.
different. Every family is different. I had a client say to me once, she was a repeat client. She's a Disney person that likes to go a lot. And she said, when I go this time, I want a Disney like you Disney. And I said, you can't Disney like I Disney. Like I Disney World version on you. You Disney for you, I'll Disney for me. So um I like to try and make it what each person is looking for to get their best vacation. Their idea of a good vacation isn't necessarily my idea of a good vacation.
Now, with travel agents, is there such a thing as like if I want to plan a Disney vacation for my family of four, like a payment plan so that I don't have to pay up front all the whole money, but or is it like a schedule kind of a thing?
So you can create your own payment plan, and it's something that I can help a client do. I can talk them through it.
Mm.
There are definitely places that allow you, like Sandals and Beaches, they'll allow you to do a layaway plan. And
Oh,
what so many people don't realize is many of these destinations you can book way far in advance. I mean, there are places I could book for 2022 right now. So if your dream vacation is a $8,000 week-long vacation at Turks and Caicos, you put your money down now, you have almost 2 full years to pay that off. And we can work together to see how you want to make those payments. I want to send you $100 a month. I want to send you this when taxes come in. I am here to make that process easy. And then I have people that book and I never hear from them again until final payment, and they make that lump payment. That's fine too. It's very personalized. So Disney is great. It's $200 down for packages, and
oh
then
wow.
30 days prior to travel to pay that off. You can make any changes you need to in that 30-day period. Universal
Mm.
$50 deposit per person, and they are 45 days before travel for final payment. Cruise lines, I mean, some cruise lines are booking into 2022, and you
Yeah.
could do deposit and then you work on paying that cruise off if that's a dream vacation of yours. So it's definitely something that we do together. I have plenty of clients that they just email me when they're ready and they say, okay, we're ready to make another payment. I do not ever handle your money. Your money is going directly to the vendor.
Oh,
So
okay.
yes, it's not, I don't receive money. I don't take checks or anything like that. It's goes straight to the vendor, whoever you have booked with or whoever I've booked you to be with. So that's definitely doable.
And then, like you said, even with the payment plans and whatnot, you don't get paid your commission for that travel until the person has traveled, and then it's after the fact, right? Like a month, you said after that?
Yes. Usually about a month, could be 6 to 8 weeks, depending on where they went. And if a vacation is canceled, no matter how much work I put into it, if a vacation's canceled, I just don't get paid. And there's no penalty to the client. I just don't get paid. So the other thing I don't get paid for, a lot of people when I first started out, they thought they were really helping me and they'd contact me for quotes or information. And I don't mind. I mean, you're going to quote people that see the number and then they go, oh, we're not ready for that yet. And that's part of the job, and that's great. But there is some people are under the impression I'm getting paid every time I'm contacted, and that's not true.
Oh.
I send you 50 quotes and you never book, then I've sent you 50 quotes and you didn't book. So, or if you take that information and book on your own, then I've just done work that I didn't get paid for.
I think that's so important to know because, like I said, I'm not familiar with using travel agents to plan any kind of events. And I know a bunch of people out there probably haven't done it because of fear that you're getting paid already just because I contacted you versus I'm gonna just go look it up myself and whatever out of fear of that, out of fear that you're more expensive, all those theories and those
Yeah.
You know, those little things that
Yeah. And
people have spread throughout the years that for some reason have stuck, and
right.
now everybody's just believing them without even giving the person a shot. So I
Yeah.
love that we're getting this out there.
Definitely another misconception that it costs you more when you use a travel agent, or that we're charging, or that we're padding the vacation. Actually, one of the things that we are so excellent about at Marvelous Mouse Travels, I don't need to be asked. When a promotion is announced, if you're booked, let's say you're booked for Disney World and you booked at full price, and
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks later a promotion becomes available, I go in and I automatically apply that promotion if it applies to you. If it applies,
Uh-huh. If
I
you
will.
qualify for it. Uh-huh.
Thank you. If it I go in automatically and I apply that promotion for you, and you just wake up to a lovely email that says, I just saved you $300 on your vacation. I don't need to be asked. I don't need someone to call me and say, I just saw that Carnival said blah, blah, blah. I already know that Carnival said that, and I'm already on it. And I'm going to save you money anytime I can save you money.
Oh, that is so cool. So that even applies for people who like are planning 2 years out to go to Disney.
Yeah. I have cruises that have been on hold, for that I booked 2 years ago that didn't get to sail now, but we've rebooked them and rebooked them. I mean, I have people that have saved at least $1,000 just by rebooking under new promotions.
That's
So,
crazy.
and that comes off my bottom line, but that's okay because that's my service. And now they know the next time they book a cruise, who do you think they're going to ask to help them?
Oh yeah, because
You
they
know,
know you're going to take care of them. Absolutely.
always. So, yeah, and it's really good. I love the feeling of being able to call or email and say, hey, your vacation is this much less right now, so let's do it. I took care of it.
That's awesome. You sound like a mafia boss. I took care of it.
You're taken care of with Jen.
You're taken care of. Don't worry about it.
I got this.
Yeah, forget about it. That's what it is. Oh my goodness. So, okay. What is obviously Disney is probably your most favorite thing to plan. Probably.
Yeah, I love planning Disney. My favorite thing to plan, I love planning cruises. So it's like, I love seeing my clients at Disney World. I love when they send me their pictures or the faces. I mean, I've had clients send me a picture of their kids seeing the castle for the first time, and that just like melts my heart. Um, so I do. I love planning that and seeing all of that. But I also really love cruises because I love sharing what ports are doing. And that's
Yeah.
the ships are so different. I love being able to share all that different information each time. So that's a lot of fun.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Oh, have you ever planned a cruise for people who are going to get married?
I've not, but I can.
Oh.
I can do group travel, and when we do group travel, I can do like golf clubs or soccer clubs or anything. So if you're doing a wedding and you want to do like a destination, we do a
Mm-hmm.
sandals, the sandals and beaches destination weddings, and then cruises are. I've planned honeymoons. I haven't planned the actual ceremony, but it is something that I can certainly do. And they have people that are there specific. I would guide my client to the person who helps them create the perfect ceremony for them. And then I handle, the honeymoon portion. So yeah. Yeah.
Ooh. Um, let's see. So what major what major piece of advice, or what's like the one major thing that you would want to put out there for somebody who's contemplating traveling, and or like what one major piece of assurance or something do you want to make sure that's out there for somebody to say, hey, it's okay, call me, I got you.
Question. I actually spent almost 40 minutes live on my Facebook page last night
Mhm.
talking about my trips to Walt Disney World and Universal in July. So I have been at the parks since they reopened. The overall feel for me, as well as the cast members I spoke to, as well as people in our travel groups that have just been, the overwhelming responses, I feel safer there than I do at the grocery store. Everything is being cleaned meticulously. Everybody's in masks. Everything is physically distanced and marked on the ground. Um, you can't, and the crowds, if we're talking theme parks, you cannot beat the crowds right now. One of the biggest questions we get for Disney and Universal to some extent, and can we go for the lowest crowds? Now, now is when I mean, it's virtually empty. So I felt really, really safe there. The airlines are doing a wonderful job of sanitizing, enforcing masks. They're not serving food, so that the masks are on that whole time. I've been really impressed with what I've seen. And I would say if you feel comfortable traveling, then go ahead and take that trip. There are plenty of just hotels and resorts in beach available. Um, you can go to Williamsburg. Busch Gardens is opening up again. They also have a lot of really neat historical things to see. Um, there are plenty of options beyond just Disney World and Universal. Cruising, I would say now's a great time to book for when they return. Prices are wonderful. The offers are out there to make it affordable, and they're going to need I mean, everyone in travel is going to need your support when it's over. The travel industry, so many industries were hit hard. Travel was among those industries hit very hard. So many people are employed by the cruise lines that are just, they depend on that to feed their families at home. I mean, we're talking thousands upon thousands of people who are going to need those ships to sail again and to sail with people on them. So I would say if you've been thinking about a cruise, book now and sail in 2021. Let's talk 2022.
So what about traveling to, what are there places that are still restricted for
Yeah.
traveling? Like, are there specific countries that we're still not allowed to go to?
Well, go to Europe. And then some states here have said we don't want people from such and such, like from New York aren't supposed to, or New York's not welcoming Florida in, and things like that. There's a whole list for each state. The Caribbean, most of the islands are opening, but they do have very strict guidelines as to who can come in, and the COVID test and the quarantining. So that's another thing that it's a plus to use a travel agent, because I have an entire list in my inbox that tells me what each island is requiring. So if you're about going to Jamaica and you want to know, well, what's going to happen when I get to the airport? Well, I could tell you what's going to happen when you get to the airport. But the places that are open for travel are very, very, I mean, they're taking it so seriously.
That's so great though, because it's so serious. They kind of have to. They have no other choice, because it would only take one person to totally blow this up all over again. So, but I think it's great that little by little, they're starting to kind of like, okay, we'll do it, but you've got to do this, and I know that people are just getting anxious with this whole situation. Some people are just getting, tired of the whole situation. It's daunting on all of us. All I hope is that if people decide to travel, is that they remember that it's not the individual's fault that is telling them to do that. It's the guidelines that are put upon them to uphold. So, just kind of it's kind of like shooting the messenger, and it's not fair to them because they're just trying to do their job, trying to feed their families. So, who are we to get in the way of that? It's not, on us to decide what is right or wrong. Just follow what is needed so that we can carry on and go about our lives in peace, basically.
Yep, I agree. And I think, even if you're not ready to travel right now, it's okay to, we've been stuck inside for how long?
Yes.
So it's okay to start planning something for 21 or 22, just to have something to look forward to. I mean, when I book a vacation for myself, if it's someplace new, the first thing I do is I spend time just surfing the web and seeing what am I going to do while I'm there, or what's something new I can experience, or what can I expect from this. And so it's just something kind of fun to take your mind off of all of this. And the destinations and the vendors, they've all been wonderful to work with during all of this. So I know some people are worried that their money's going to get tied up in something that's going to get canceled, or that they can't. That is not really a concern when you're booking through a legitimate business. They've been very good about either refunds or credits. And one more thing that I'm here to make sure that happens, that you get what you're due if your vacation is negatively impacted.
That was actually going to be my next question. So how does that work? I'm at the airport and all of a sudden my flight is delayed or my flight gets canceled. Now what do? Do I call you?
Yes, you call me and I try to find you another flight. I will work to find another flight. If I can't help you with your flight, or if you booked your flight on your own, which a lot of people do, a lot of people prefer to book the flight portion and then I just handle the travel. Doesn't mean I won't help you with your flight. I'm not going to just leave you hanging, but I put that as much as I could, having not been the one to book it, but I will handle the destination portion. I will call them and say, they're not coming till tomorrow, or they're going to come in very, very late. Make sure you hold their room, or what can you do for them? They just had the worst day of their lives. And who knows, you could walk into your room and find a little treat there just to kind of brighten up your night,
Oh, that's great. No, that's so comforting too, because I know last year I went to an event and my flight was delayed and I got stuck in the airport for 2 days.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I just luckily I'm a vet, so the USO was very nice to me. Food, place for me to hang out. A friend of mine was even nice enough to reach out and use his hotel points for me to have a hotel for the night, which was amazing. Forever grateful for that. But I feel like after your explanation, I feel like if I had booked the situation through you, I would not have had to rethink, crap, what am I going to do now with my life while trying to figure out how I'm going to get out of here, and I that gives you a sense of protection, like a feeling of protection, not just the customer service, but, you're offering protection for everybody, that you're like their superhero in a way, that, you're there to save the day no matter what happens as much as you can.
As much as I can.
Yeah, to the best of your ability. And I think that's great because traveling is stressful as it is. If I tried to travel today with my 5-year-old and my 4-year-old, I'd probably be bald.
Right. And one of the other things we do, actually, I can recommend and send you a link to book a stroller that will be waiting for you at your resort when you get there. I mean, we just have these contacts of little things that you might not even think of, and recommendations that will just make everything so much easier. So, and I like to tell people, I know there are people that plan all of their travel on their own. They know what they're doing. They're familiar with the destination. But it's still okay to reach out, because even if you know it like the back of your hand, it's still a benefit to have somebody that has the contacts that we have, that knows who to call and get it taken care of quickly if something goes wrong, because things go wrong. Things happen.
Oh, absolutely.
So
absolutely. I've been lucky that personally not a whole lot of stuff has happened wrong during travels, but last year was definitely the first where I was stuck in an airport for a couple days longer and having to call my boss to let her know I was going to be late coming home. The whole thing was just stressful. And to be stuck with a 1-800 number that I had to be on hold for hours trying to fight with this airline. Yeah, at that case, I would have preferred you do it for me.
And at the end of the day, even if I didn't do any of those things for you, you've supported a small business.
Oh, absolutely. And that is key in this whole situation.
Yeah.
I think every time somebody hears the words that I'm a work from home mom, or I I have my own business from home, they immediately jump to the fact that it's got to be an MLM situation or some kind of scam or something to that effect. But there are real people
Yeah.
at home making livings from home, doing legitimate work to benefit the masses. And I mean, through your job, you benefit the masses in completely because you're helping people save as much money as possible on their travel, and I absolutely love it. And I'm so happy for you that this has been something that turned into like something you enjoyed doing personally, and now you're helping other people get to the point where they can enjoy it themselves through your services. And yes, as just like I've been trying to say in all my episodes of Small Biz Highlight, my goal has always been with these episodes to bring awareness that there are plenty of us small business people working from home with legitimate opportunities and services that could benefit you. Never hesitate to do the research and see who nearby you can call or reach out to for help, even if it is for that initial look over of the situation to get the estimate on how much it would cost or something. I know that doesn't benefit you per se, but they're still reaching out to you and getting used to opening their minds a little bit as far as like trying to give you that opportunity to kind of win them over, sort of, if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. Yeah. Like I said, there's never an obligation with a quote. I actually have a quote form right on my page. It makes it really easy. Just go in and answer the questions, and then I can send you the information so that you know what you're looking at. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then it doesn't.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, tonight, like I said, I am talking with Jen McGurn from Marvelous Mouse Travels. Not everything has to be with Disney. You have someplace, any place you want to go, no matter how short of a stay or how long you'd like to go, give Jen a call, please. All her information is on the bottom of the screen. Once the video is over, I'll make sure to post it in the comments as well so that you all can click away or find her that way. She will be tagged in the video too, so you can reach her directly on Facebook as well, or you can reach out to me, whichever. I am so grateful that you took the opportunity tonight to talk to me. I'm just very grateful for small businesses that are open to the idea of having someone they have. I don't know you personally, so to have a complete stranger just be like, "Hey, can I interview you?"
Opportunity. Any chance we have to get out there and let people know what we do and that we are still doing it, that's a great opportunity. So I really appreciate it.
No, and it's my absolute pleasure. Like I said, I knew that I couldn't afford to support all my small business friends money wise or supporting them that way each month, but I knew that if I could at least get them one new customer by doing a live video with them, or at least bringing them to people's attention, I just needed to do that as my way of giving back to all my small business family, because I'm a small business owner too, and I know how much word of mouth, how absolutely important it is to your business, and without that, businesses can't grow. You can't jump out of your comfort zone a little bit. You can't grow your business without getting the word out there. So, you had a bunch of people already do little comments. I don't know if you saw the comments on your screen. You had people commenting through the video. Everybody obviously loves you. So, I mean, everybody, stop what you're doing. Do not touch that website. Call Jen. Call Jen so that she can try and help you out, get you the best deal possible, get you squared away, and leaving you with nothing else to worry about except just arriving and leaving from your destination.
Exactly. Yes.
That's it. All you have to worry about is getting there and leaving. Packing is the most annoying part, is probably, but besides that. Thank you all for joining us who came on live. Once again, if you're joining us on the replay, #replay in the comments so we can know you stopped by and visited us. You have a great night, Jen. Thank you again for joining me. And if anybody who's watching, if you have a small business owner, a local business, your favorite pizza shop, your favorite ice cream store, if you have someone who's making something by hand at home or they're selling something from home, send them my way. I want the world to know they exist and how to get a hold of them. All right. Well, with that, you all have a great evening. I am going to sign us off now. Good night, everybody.